treat him, but he fucking ran around me.
What'd you go?
He fucking got me. 61.
What did you go?
50. 57. Fuck you, Brandon. Brandon. Hey, fuck you.
Hey, well, at least we put on a decent show.
Dude, that was a badass race.
You got out on me again.
I did.
You got out on me.
Most people have fear of flying. I have fear of staying. Last time I saw her, I was afraid I would miss my flight. One time she gave me a map, a book, World's Greatest City. She told me to fly somewhere every month. Every month I fall asleep in the sky and wake up in the arms of a new city. Makes me feel like I don't belong in one place.
We used to travel around the races and stuff and watch Eric Aguilar and even before that, some of the turbo cars, the hot rod cars were starting to come up real big, and one of our local friends, Joe Dimmeray, he was building a car, and we went out to the track the first time to watch him run, and I remember we went down the track, he went like 11:30 or something, and he eventually built that hot rod into a low 8-second car on the stock transmission, believe it or not. They were in 28s on stock trannies for the longest time. I know a lot of the guys had transmissions, but he never did. You know, we kind of just decided we wanted to build a race car, and we took his first car, believe it or not, and it had been sold, and it had been crashed, and I ended up getting it back from a kid that had sold it, or that had owned it, and we were going to go in together and build a race car, and that's kind of how 4Piston started. We bought a cylinder head from a company, and we built that race car, and it kind of was underwhelming. It didn't perform like we thought it could, and then we kind of grew up working in engine shops and stuff, so we decided we were going to start doing our own heads. Like, we needed to control that, because what we had paid for we didn't think was what we didn't get what we thought we paid for, so we wanted to control that. And so he spent a lot of hours, him in particular, just kind of tinkering around in the engine shop he was working in, and playing with the flow bench day and night, and that's kind of where we started with that. And we started building engines in the garage, and we were running little money races on the street with our street cars, trying to pay for that car, doing odd jobs, painting houses, anything we could do to get a little extra money beyond our job and our normal jobs to be able to afford to build this race car. And we went out and raced, and it was a good feeling to line up against those people that you looked up to for so many years, and used to go and watch them work in the pits. I remember watching the STR trailer had Coyce Holland and Eric Aguilar and a couple other cars, and they're all in the pits, and I remember watching Eric rebuild an engine in the pits. He pulled the pistons out, put rings on, put it back together. We stood there and watched the whole time. Everybody else had gone home, and we were kind of into that. And we were playing with engines at the time, but we really got some motivation from a guy named Jim Stewart, and he's passed away recently. This past about a year and a half ago. He taught us how to build engines properly, and we didn't see eye to eye on business. I always had a knack for business, and Josh has had a knack for the engine stuff. I like designing the engines. I like the math side of it, the science side of it. So a lot of what I do is designing what the engine's going to be, and then he makes what my vision is work. And and Monday also, Monday's been racing with us for a long time, even back in the inside days, and we just kind of started in the garage, and there were many times where we almost gave up or quit, or not quit, but you know, are we going to do this for a career? Are we going to try to do this, or we need to go some other way? Are we going to build engines? And even you know, 6-7 years ago, we were thinking, are we even going to try to build engines? And, we just kind of got a knack for it, and we run the business side pretty good. So it's taken off from there, and the business grows every year.
Hey, Brandon, if you win, how am I gonna win?
Yeah, we both can't win.
Right.
Let's go down the track and stop right before the finish.
And then run?
Yeah, we can do that.
Push your cars.
Hey, you wanna just leg race right now?
Oh, you got long legs.
Let's do it.
I might trip and fall. Hey, don't be pulling a muscle now. See, my head, my head is big, so I might fall head first. So we're not leg racing
That
now.
offset going and just chase
No.
it?
We're not leg racing.
Stage up, lead, 8, get out the car, high five,
Right.
get own way.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
2 races in 1.
Monday. You got
Be all over the brakes.
Hey, we have fuel in the car right now.
Anthony, we have fuel in the car right now. Who put gas in the car? It's in there, right?
Hey,
All right,
you got some flyers.
All the guys working at the shop right now have been with us for a long time. Ryan's fairly the newest guy. We're getting ready to hire another engine builder. But you know, we raced that car for a little bit, and then we decided we needed to switch over to K Series stuff. So we built the Insight, and the Insight was actually built with a B Series in it. It was leaned over like real far, and real kind of funny looking car, honestly, with the engine the way it was. And before we ever got the car done, we ended up. And we built that B Series. It was a deck plate, you know, 98 stroke. This is way back in like maybe 2004. Had this big stroker B Series in it, which at the time, you know, we thought that 98 stroke was big. There was people running well over 100 millimeter stroke in those B Series. But we ended up pulling that out, putting the K Series in it, and fiddled with that car for a while. We still have that car, probably never sell it. But, you know, we raced it. We learned the hard way how to, you know, we were always very focused on making horsepower, but never really focused on racing. We never knew how to make it work. We could make all the horsepower, and we'd overlook the chassis, and we'd overlook this, and we'd you know, messing with gear shifters for 2 years and trying to make stuff work that we really just needed to get back to the basics on. So, you know, we fought with it, and we ended up in the end. The Insight ran really well, and that's kind of when we decided to build a new car. We finally got the suspension working, and we finally figured out shifter stuff that had been bothering us. The car started going fast. We were naive to the fuel stuff. We were running M1 when there was no rules for M1, because we kind of came from NHRA and NOPI, and they had fuel rules. And then when those went away, and we were still racing pro stock, we were still running M1. We didn't even think M5 was legal. So we just assumed that everybody was kind of doing that, and we learned the hard way. That was a good lesson learned. We ended up figuring out that fuel was being run, but we never really ran those cars like that. Even the RSX.
Oh shit.
Everybody say where they are. Say where they are.
When I crashed it, we had 8 passes on that car. When I crashed it, we had just kind of started looking at maybe we want to run something else, you know, other than the fuel we were running. We ended up running, I think we won a 29 in the Insight, and we did that on our local track, which is kind of funny because we never go there. And then that's kind of when we transitioned over to the RSX. The RSX went just as fast right off the gate, like first pass. I launched with no limiters or anything. Car went right down the track. Just kind of got us back to the basics. It's a shame we crashed it, but we still have both. We rebuilt the RSX as a brand new pro stock car. Waiting for its day, I guess. You know, it's kind of gone away, but you know, that's how we got into racing, and we're having a lot of fun right now. And our main goal, like, I think right now with racing, we have a fast car right now. We have a consistent car. Monday's doing a great job driving. Like, my goal for this weekend in particular is for a customer to win this race. We've qualified #1 the past couple races. This one we haven't. Brandon got us this one. But we're tight. You know, those cars are tight. It's a tight field. Our goal is to grow this so that, you know, so that we have someplace to race. We went through all the stuff with the pro stock and 3 cars showing up. It was terrible. We went through this all-motor street class getting knocked down to 4 cars. And let me tell you, that's not the economy, that's not the promoter, that's not the rules, that's the racers that did that. The racers caused that. So it takes this whole group working together to make this work. And I think we've built that back up. And I think we're in a volatile time right now where we're splitting this thing up a little bit. And it's a double-edged sword. Like, the outlaw thing has really motivated some people, and it's hyped our all-motor sport up globally. So I don't want to sit here and, you know, bag on the outlaw thing on that nitro class being added. I think it could be positive. I want to sit back and learn. You know, my opinion is one way, but I want to learn and watch and see if my opinion holds water. But it really is, you know, it has brought some positive attention and some motivation to people to want to deal with this all motor stuff and want to get into it. Like, that's some fast cars, and it's really interesting. And you know, the guys that are doing it are doing a good job, and it's going to get competitive. So we just got to figure out a way to build both, and that's what we want to do. We want to build this class. If we get a lot of cars, we get it competitive. We get it to where the fans don't know who's going to win. The racers don't know who's going to win. And everybody shows up, and everybody knows they have a shot at winning. There's always going to be cars that are particularly fast. You have teams with more experience, more money. You know, sometimes you get lucky, but everybody can win. Right now, you got a tight field. The more cars we get, the more exposure that our business is going to get. The more exposure the class is going to get to other sponsors, and you know, some of these guys can be somebody for these fans to look up to. And put on a good show. To be honest, nobody wants to come and just watch 4 cars drive down the track. So I think that that's our main goal in racing right now, is just to build this, and sport front wheel drive also. We're heavily involved in that as well. So we just want to provide support, financial support where we can, you know, parts support where we can, and grow the drag racing sport that got us into this. That's what we love. And drag racing is not our bread and butter. It's probably 20 to 30% of our business worldwide is drag racing. The rest is other types of racing. So if drag racing went away for us, our business would be fine. But it's what got us into it. It's what we're passionate about, and it pushes us to fight for 1 or 2 horsepower everywhere we can, and that transfers. That drag race stuff transfers over to other types of racing, 100%. Not everything does, but we definitely carry stuff over into other racing, endurance racing, and all kinds of stuff. Hill climbs, rally racing. We transfer all the stuff we learn here over there, at least the knowledge anyway. So that's our goal, I think, for all motor right now, and sport front wheel drive as well, is to just do everything we can to get it to be extremely competitive, and to where you show up and we don't know if this guy's going to win or that guy's going to win, and to make sure it's on a good playing field, and that the rules are such that it's sustainable. You know, that people can race reliably and actually come out and enjoy their cars that they spent their life savings on, not just come out and throw parts away. You know, racing's expensive. Sometimes you can get lucky and things go well, and you can get by with a little bit of luck going quite a while and not spending some money. But every once in a while, it can bite you.